tells a story that I'm going to share. Pat is how you knew her. Big Pat, a nickname given to her by her mother, which my mom was not fond of. So it didn't stand the test of time. The old, age-old dynamic of mother and daughter. Sorry, Mom, I had to throw that one in there. To us, she was Mom. To others, she loved dearly Grandma Pat, Grandma Hubbard, and what I think was her greatest joy later in life, Gigi. When I reflect on Mom's life, a song comes to me over and over again, My Way. True, right? That was her. Her faith guided her, and she did things her way, I believe, with few regrets. If there was, she kept them quiet and continued on. She loved to talk about being an independent little girl. She would say, she walked to church and school and caught the bus to the library across town all by herself. That's shocking, right? You knew her? That was my mom. She was proud of that. She carried that independence, determination, faith, and amazing strength through life, defining the woman that we all knew and loved. As most of you all know, and if you didn't, she would tell you, she was a registered physical therapist. It wasn't a career for her, it was a calling. She grew up with a younger brother, Ricky, who had severe disabilities that shaped that path. She held several positions as a physical therapist, and she did a lot of mentoring too. At one point, she became the physical therapy chief of staff at John Randolph Hospital. And we as a family have just learned that recently through talking to some of her people that she mentored. However, while working at the Richmond Cerebral Palsy Center, she discovered working with children was her passion. She helped hundreds of children, including her own children and grandchildren, and after the center closed, she formed her own practice. An important takeaway from her life is that she did what she loved. How important is that? So, carry this forward from today. Have the faith to do what you love. Speaking of love, our mom and dad met after college when she moved to practice physical therapy at NCD. The love our mom and dad shared, wow, it was something special. We grew up in wonderful times with parents who taught us about faith, love, and life. There's so many cherished memories. Battlefield Park Swim Club, Chester Pool, camping at Myrtle Beach, vacations, holiday parties, and one of my favorites was when they got all dressed up to go to holly balls and just all the wonderful things that happened about her, that special outfit, and they would go. And I'm sure, without a shadow of a doubt, our dad was the life of the party, and Mom was right there beside him, doing things her way. Their lives centered around us kids. They embraced parenthood, and they had very high expectations of their children, who live very meaningful lives. Right, Chris and Terry? And then our father passed away way too soon. We watched Mom face her loss with grace and strength. She tucked the pain away, we say in this little box, held tightly to the beautiful memories and moved forward. Guess what? doing it her way. Mom had a deep love for the arts, classical music, musicals, plays, church organ music. She loved it all. I don't think rock. And we just found out recently, not so much jazz. Who knew? She played the piano. Our dad gave her one Christmas. She also played handbells for churches for many years. In college, she was on the sailing team, tennis team, and also did, my husband didn't realize this, synchronized swimming. She enjoyed water skiing, snow skiing, ice skating growing up. I remember spending lots of time with her, watching TV, watching figure skating, especially during the Olympics. Oh, and for her 80th birthday party, we all went to the lake as kids, and guess what? We took her tubing at 80 behind the boat. She loved that too. She enjoyed collecting and studying fine art and was fortunate enough to travel the world, experiencing museums, history, and cultures that enriched her knowledge of life. She shared these adventures with dear friends and later with her second husband, Oscar. Oscar brought a new sparkle to our mom's eyes. It meant so much to see her happy again and in love. Oscar was the epitome of a true Southern gentleman, even asking me at, I don't know, were they 70? For her hand in marriage. How special was that? So, Patricia Ann Terry, a Midwest gal, had the privilege of being loved by two Southern gentlemen. At bridge, y'all want to play bridge? Did I mention bridge? She played bridge every chance she could. She carried that passion with her to her assisted living community after leaving her home of over 50 years. She was active for many years in Junior Women's Club, holding many board positions. She remained involved, and she has some sisters here today, in PEO, an organization dedicated to empowering and educating women, while in assisted living. As our mom's health declined, the final testament to her life was found in the people who cared for her. In just 2.5 short years, the staff that looked after her came to love her. Even though she was feisty, and I'm telling you, she gave them a run for the money. We saw this as we gathered together to tell our mom goodbye. We found ourselves not only grieving, but also comforting those who had come to love and care for her deeply. We were moved as a family beyond words as they came to say their goodbyes, offering prayers, hugs, and tears. She had a rare gift for connection. No matter where life took her, she formed friendships, leaving a lasting impression on those she met. I recently ran across a quote from Fred Rogers, from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. We all remember that, right? And as I reflected on this, and I thought about this over the last couple weeks of her life, if only you could sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of. There is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. That was our mom. When I look at our family, I see mom in each of us. Chris, I see her in you, your passion, your love, and doing what you love, especially softball, and your commitment to making time for that, just as she always did with bridge. It isn't always easy, but it's important. Continue to do what makes you happy. You and Julie have built a loving family and raised 3 wonderful girls. You've always lived in Mom's spirit, always doing things your way. Chris, you were incredibly devoted to Mom, helping her around the house and visiting her faithfully when she moved. If anyone wants to know what Mom was like, they only need to look at you. You resemble her. You are steady, faith-based, faithful, strong, and full of quiet compassion to a family, career, and a life that brings you joy. Terry, in all of the beautiful ways, you are more like Mom than you realize. She remains so proud of you for venturing out, blazing trails, moving far from family, and building a life in Denver. You faced adversity like Mom. You carried your pain quietly, held tight to your cherished memories, and moved forward. Doing it your way with grace and dignity. Allie and Keegan had a strong woman as their mom, Terry. And now your daughter, JC Joyce. I love that name. Your shining star will share in that too. Like Mom, you have a wonderful husband that brought you joy later in life. In the life you've built with Troy, you've gained 4 bonus children, 4 bonus precious grandchildren who know you as their T-Mom. Like Mom's, your life is full of faith, love, passion, and family. Terry, I see you in her twinkly eyes, your gentle smile, and your strong spirit. 4 of her 6 grandchildren, Elizabeth, Allie, Tori, Danielle, share her deep passion for healthcare. Elizabeth and Allie carry Mom's love of animals as veterinary technicians, caring for all of God's creatures, especially those unable to help themselves. Tori, a CNA currently in school to become an LPN while working full-time. She has a strong dedication to patient care and a career supporting and helping others. Danielle followed Mom's calling in a career supporting and helping the deaf community. She pursued a degree in college as a sign language interpreter, even taught Mom, who enjoyed learning alongside her. Amanda shares Mom's passion for travel and adventure, exploring the world. She has built a career as an airline stewardess. In doing so, she carries Mom's caring nature and love of helping others. And there's Keegan, her 6'5", big-hearted grandson is working full-time, is in college getting a degree in automotive engineering and technology while working towards his Ford Master certification. Keegan, if she were still driving, she would probably be calling you nonstop, asking you how to fix her car. Honestly, it is a relief to all of us, especially Chris, that she never started working on cars. Wow, Mom, what a legacy. Your grandchildren are finding joy in doing what they love, having your strength to pursue your passions. They are living life fully with love and compassion and a strong sense of family. And Mom, I can't wait to see what your great-grandchildren, Nicole, Eli, and JC Joyce, do with their lives. They already carry strong spirits, and trust me, because 2 of them are mine, they believe in doing it their way. And then there's me. there all along, in the way I think, in my inner strength, in the way I care deeply about others, and in the way I try every day to be better, to love deeper, and to hold on to what matters. Mom taught us all something different, but something equally powerful. In Christ, her quiet devotion, steady strength, and love live on. In Terry, her resilience, warmth, and love live on. In Chris, your quiet devotion, steady strength, and love live on. In her children and grandchildren, a life filled with opportunity to grasp and obtain whatever you set your mind to. And in me, I carry her heart in a way that I reflect, in the way I remember, in the way I try to bring us all together. Oh, I've been told I'm a little bossy. And I want things done my way. What are you grinning at? My grandson's agreeing. She didn't raise a family. She created a legacy of love, individuality, of doing things our way, but always with faith, compassion, and purpose. And that's something that lives on in all of us every single day. So while we each walk a different path, there are threads tying us all together in the beautiful tapestry of her life. I am deeply grateful for a mother who lived life to the fullest. She faced adversity with her head held high. She lost a baby brother, 2 husbands, her father way too young, another brother, her mother, grandchildren, and even great-grandchild. And yet she never let this define her. She carried a spirit of adventure, had the courage to let her children grow and flourish without interference, and possessed a mind that never stopped seeking knowledge. Her strength was quiet but unwavering, and her love gave us the freedom to be who we are. I recently heard a song again that I've always enjoyed, but the lyrics really spoke to me this time, and it describes the beautiful relationship of faith she had. And in all my life, you have been faithful. All my life, you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Through the power of Christ who strengthened her, she walked with Christ on her own path, and with faithful guidance, she did it her way. This story only is a small snippet and highlights of her 90 years. As Abraham Lincoln once said, in the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Your years were full of life, Mom. You will be deeply missed, but you will carry on. But we will carry on. Guided by the faith, love, strength, and passion you shared with each of us and everyone you met. Your spirit